G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my initial impressions of the PROTEE VX launch monitor. Now, as you can see, I'm standing in my new studio. It looks absolutely amazing. And what you can see is on the ground, I don't have my Unicore iMini. And that's because as part of the Bayside Golf, Joe Legowski Golf partnership, I have been fortunate enough to be sent an Albatross package from Bayside Golf, which includes the PROTEE VX launch monitor. I'm going to be doing my initial impressions of the PROTEE VX today, but all I can say is just wow. I mean, this thing is unreal. And for me, it's a massive step up from what I had. I never thought an overhead launch monitor would work in my environment, but I'm so happy to say it actually does. So let me go through everything today. I'm going to start off with, I'm going to talk about everything today in this initial impressions. Now, as you know, my videos, this is called an initial impressions, but sit back, grab your popcorn because we're going to go through quite a lot of stuff in this video. So first off, let's talk about the unboxing experience. This thing, I mean, you get it, you open up the box and you are met with this custom foam. I mean, everything about this package screams quality. It screams, you know, really, it's just made with a lot of care. It's made with a lot of thought, even the packaging that it comes in. The foam, the polystyrene foam actually has the PROTEE logo in it. It looks really nice. The unboxing experience was class. It came with a note saying thank you for purchasing this product. I mean, everything about the unboxing experience was really good. When you actually see the device for the first time, the build quality, and when you hold it, this thing you can tell is built with quality in mind. The materials that they use to construct this, you feel like you're holding a quality device. So jumping onto the Bayside website, we can go to shop by brand and we'll click on PROTEE. You can see that the PROTEE retails for just over $11,000. This is Australian dollars. And so you are getting incredible value with this launch monitor. Comparing it to other overhead options, you are going to save a lot of money. And why do we want overhead? Well, let me talk about the actual overhead unit, because coming from floor-based launch monitors, I always, when I have people visit, when my kids come in here to watch movies, or when I have someone in here playing golf who has never really played golf before or is just learning, having a floor-based launch monitor, I get very nervous about people kicking it, about people accidentally hitting it with a golf club, accidentally hitting it with the golf ball. There's a lot of stress. There is a lot of stress. And having an overhead launch monitor, something that is not on the ground, no one can interfere with it, no one's going to hit it, it just takes a lot of stress out of playing sim golf. I now can have my kids in here, I don't have to worry about them hitting it accidentally, and it just makes things a lot easier. The other major advantage you get from an overhead launch monitor is the video replay, and I will get into that later in this video. Having that overhead launch monitor just gives you that look down, that bird's eye view of your club as it goes through impact. And that for me is just invaluable. You can get so much information just by watching the club as it goes through impact. So we talked about the cost, just over $11,000 Australian. What about subscription fees? Well, I'm happy to say the PROTEE has 0 subscription fees. That's right. You don't have to pay subscription fees when you get this unit. It's a one-off purchase and then that's it, you're done. Okay, now let's quickly go over the software that you get with the PROTEE. It's called Labs. It's just had a really cool update that allows you to move all of these tiles around. But what you're gonna see at the top you've got your summary, which is just under my picture there, my camera. So you've got your summary window, you've got your swing window, you've got your range window, you've got video, and then you've got your history tab, which is gonna put all of your history from every shot you've ever hit in this window. You can scroll through it all, you can filter it all and everything. With the new update, you do have another window, or you can add windows, I should say, and this lets you customize whatever tiles you want on there. So as you can see, with my window, I have everything that you can see. If you want to add tiles, you come over here to this little lock icon, you can click on the add, you can put tiles on, you can drag them around wherever you want them. You've got the option to put anything wherever you want. So you've got side impact, top impact, front impact, your top club path, side club path, your shot video, ball spin, the spin validator, all of your different windows there you can see. And when you've got a screen that you like, you can lock this window to keep them where they are. All of your metrics down below, you can change, you can put whatever you want in there. So you've got all your club metrics, your flight metrics, or, you know, flight windows, all your different types of spin there that you can put up. You have a lot of data with this device. So let's talk about data. So what actual data do we get? So I'm going to go over back to the Bayside website and I'm going to read it off there. First off, I want to say with this device, it is an overhead launch monitor. This is going to be amazing for left and right-handed golfers. So you can have this set up in the middle of your room. And if you've got enough room, you can have 2 stance mats and you can have a single impact strip in the middle, and you can use this for left and right-handed golfers. Both of those golfers are going to have the same hitting location, which is really key because if you get something like, for instance, a Foresight Hawk, it actually has separate left and right-handed hitting boxes, whereas the PROTEE has the one single hitting box. So it's a center-mounted unit that is going to be the same hitting box location for both left and right-handed golfers. So let's talk data now. What actual data do we get from this unit? There is a lot of data. There's a lot more data than people are going to need, trust me. But first off, I want to talk about how this unit captures data, because this is one of the coolest things about the PROTEE. So with the PROTEE, unlike any other overhead launch monitor, this thing does not need stickers to get the data. So you're going to get club data without putting stickers on your clubs. How does it do it? The PROTEE does this by using AI. It uses AI and puts reference points on your club as the club actually swings through, and it uses these reference points as essentially virtual stickers. And I have to say, in the testing I've done initially, all of the club data that I've seen from this thing is spot on. It is really good. This is actually revolutionary because if you're someone who plays in competitions outside, even in your local competitions at your golf club, it is actually illegal to play with club stickers on. So if you have an overhead launch monitor that requires stickers to actually get club data, you're going to have to constantly be taking the stickers off and putting them on if you go play outside in tournaments and then you come back and play in your indoor environment. This is also amazing if you think commercial setups. So if you're going to have a commercial setup where you're using overhead launch monitors, which in a commercial setting, realistically, overhead launch monitors are going to be a lot better than floor-based launch monitors. You've got a lot of issues with floor-based launch monitors, you know, even people stealing them, equipment being broken by people shanking golf balls into it. There's a whole range of reasons why in commercial settings, overhead launch monitors are better. But if you're going to use this in a commercial setting, you now don't have to give club stickers to every single person that walks in the door. People are going to be able to bring their golf clubs in, use this launch monitor, not have to put stickers or anything on their clubs, and still get highly accurate club data. I will put all of the data on screen now for what you get. So it's all listed on the Bayside website, so definitely go check it out if you want to read it. But you are going to get a lot of metrics, a lot more metrics than, say, for instance, the GC3 is going to give you, which in Australia is actually more expensive. With this, you're going to get things like, you know, club face at impact, you're going to get face to path numbers, you're going to get dynamic loft, you're going to get club lie angle. There's a lot of things that this unit can do that the GC3 can't do. So in terms of actual metrics and data that you get, this thing is more than capable. If I pull up the labs again, I'll just show you guys and just walk you guys through some of this stuff. So as you can see, you've got your side impact in the top left-hand corner, you're getting launch angle, you're getting dynamic loft, you're getting attack angle, you're getting all your backspin data there. This was a 7-iron. The impact location. Now I know I've heard a lot of people say the impact location isn't accurate. For me, on this recent update and on the update previous to this, the impact location has honestly been spot on. I have not had one instance where I've hit a shot and the impact location's been wrong. I think potentially early on an early release of this, the impact location might have been wrong, but since I've owned this unit, the impact location has been fantastic. All of the metrics you can customize, so I've changed the impact location to millimeters. You can change this and make it imperial. I prefer the impact location to be in millimeters. As you can see, you've got your impact height, your impact width there, and you can see in the video the exact impact location. And I've been looking at this with scrutiny. I've been looking at the video, trying to actually find shots where it hasn't been correct. I haven't found one yet. You've got your top-down view there, so you can see your face angle at impact. As you can see, that shot, I was 2.2 degrees closed. You've got your launch direction. which is slightly right. And what I love about this is you can look at all the metrics, and even if you think that's not right, if you look at the actual video, you can see exactly what the golf ball and what your club was doing. What you can see in the video. Now, I said you don't need stickers for this to work, and that's absolutely true. Why do I have stickers on my club? That's because I still have my stickers on there from using my Unicore iMini, and because I do a lot of testing and because I use that unit as well, I do have the stickers on there for the Unicore iMini. The next window along, you've got the ball spin. So as you can see, you've got the back spin there in the top left-hand corner. You've got spin axis, you've got side spin. You've got all of the video and the data there to actually see exactly what your ball's doing. You can see that I am using PIX golf balls, TaylorMade PIX golf balls. And what I'll say about that is I have recently changed to TaylorMade TP5X golf balls. And with this unit, because I am actually using this outside of limits, I'll put the limits on the screen now so you guys can see, but I'll also reference it as well while I'm talking about it. So this unit ideally should be used with 3-meter high ceilings or 10-foot ceilings. You can, however, use it in lower ceilings. So straight from the PROTEE website, it says using the PROTEE VX at ceiling heights below 9 feet or 2.75 meters. My actual ceiling height is 2.7 meters. With this mat and with my whole setup, I actually have raised my floor essentially 4 centimeters. And so what that means is my ceiling height to actual floor is only 266 centimeters or 8 foot 8.7 inches. So I'm just over 8 foot 8 inches. And so I'm not in the optimal range to actually use this unit. Ideally, you should have 9 to 10 foot ceilings, but looking at the PROTEE website, it says you can use this thing below 9 foot ceilings. You just need to start using things like a TaylorMade PIX golf ball. So I'm right in the range where I'm 8 foot 8. So theoretically, I shouldn't have any issues using a Titleist golf ball or any golf ball I want without markings. However, because I am playing the TP5X now, it's no big deal for me to use PIX golf balls. And so for me to get that valid data, I've just gone to use a TP5 PIX ball in my environment. I will be doing a full test in the future showing off just a regular Titleist Pro V1 golf ball versus the PIX golf ball, and we'll see if there's a difference. I haven't even done that test yet myself, so I will be testing all of that stuff for you guys. Okay, let me show you I'm gonna say this is my favorite thing about this launch monitor. Let me go back onto labs because I wanna show you this shot video, and I'll go up to the video page so it's big. And I mean, just look at this. You can literally see where you impact the ground. You can see the actual bristles of the grass move, and you can see I hit that one really sweet. I made solid contact. You can see the club as it moves through impact. This view for me is just unbelievable, and you can get so much data and so much feedback just from watching this. And although the iMini has the swing vision or the impact vision, for me, the overhead view that you get is far superior to actually getting useful information. What I found out when I first got this thing is I actually hit all my putts slightly out the toe, which I never knew. I never knew that until I had this view. The information and the feedback you can get straight away from having that, for me, that is just invaluable. Let's talk about GS Pro now. So when you get this thing, this actually does have a GS Pro connection, which is fantastic. You get this thing, it's actually using the Open API, but this thing connects up straight away. There's no issues. I haven't had a single disconnect. It's been solid. So to connect to GS Pro, you go to the settings cog, you go down to game options, and then you've got a drop down of all the third-party softwares you can use. On this list, you can see GS Pro. GS Pro for me is undoubtedly the best simulator you can use, or best software simulation you can use at home. If you haven't tried GS Pro, if you're not using it, definitely check it out. Simply select the software you want to use, hit connect, it connects up straight away, and it's been incredibly stable and solid. So in terms of third-party softwares, you do get a lot of options, but for me, the big one is GS Pro, and like I said, it has an official connection, it works seamlessly. Let's talk about response time. So this thing is the quickest responding launch monitor I've ever owned. The iMini was very quick, don't get me wrong, the iMini was insanely quick. This thing is even quicker. As soon as you hit the ball, it is in the GS Pro world. And I'm going to do an example now because it blows my mind. So I'll grab my 7-iron, and I'll just hit a shot just to show you guys the response time. Don't judge me, I haven't, I've hit it like 2 shots, I'm not fully warmed up. I mean, it is so quick to respond. It's just instant. As soon as you hit the ball, it is in the world. And you've got all your data there. I mean, you can see I hit that slightly toe side. You can see the club gearing open. I mean, there's just so much information you can get from that video. Okay, let's talk data accuracy. Is this launch monitor accurate? I will be doing a lot of testing on the accuracy of this launch monitor, and trust me, I already have been doing a lot of testing against all the different devices I have. My initial impressions are there are a couple of metrics that are slightly out for me in my environment. And I've got to stress that because everybody's environment with any launch monitor, you are susceptible to get different readings to someone else in a different environment. Even if you were to take your launch monitor out of your environment, take it to the driving range, take it to another indoor facility and use it, you are potentially going to get different results. For me in my environment, I do have a couple of metrics that I think are slightly out with this unit. I have to do a lot more testing to confirm this, and I will be talking about that in my full review. So stay tuned for the full review. I will be doing a lot more testing, including testing against a GC3. So stay tuned for that. And yes, I have already contacted PROTEE. I have sent them an email saying I do think there are a couple of metrics that are out, and I would like to work with them to get this launch monitor to the best it can possibly be. Because although I think a couple of metrics are slightly out, and I'm only talking slightly out, this thing is incredibly consistent. And so being incredibly consistent, that means numbers can be tweaked. And I do think there's a couple of metrics that need to be slightly tweaked just to improve the accuracy. However, it is extremely consistent with the data it reports. So even though there's a couple of metrics that I personally think are slightly out, it is extremely consistent in reporting those numbers, which is good news because metrics can be tweaked, firmware updates happen, like we saw with the Iron Mini, like we saw with the Garmin. Numbers can be out, firmwares can be tweaked, all these launch monitors can be improved with the algorithms. Okay, that is the initial impressions for the PROTEE VX. I'm absolutely in love with this launch monitor. I never want to go back to a floor-based launch monitor. I'm sold. I'm sold on overheads and I'm sold on the PROTEE. I think this thing is absolutely fantastic. Big takeaways from me on the initial impressions: no subscription fees, no club stickers, about half the price of the other overhead launch monitors, and incredibly consistent data. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. Any comments or questions, leave them down below and I will catch you guys for the next one. Cheers.